نروح نتخبى منه من القصف ولا من ايش. طول حياتنا بأس ومش عارفين كيف نقعد.
Hi guys, my name is Tom. I'm a year 2 chemical engineering student from Taylor's University. Today, me and my fellow teammates are going to do a study of falsafah dan isu semasa course. We are going to do a research and a survey on the factors that lead to the conflict and the impact of genocide on the society and the younger generations of Palestine. In this video, we are going to talk about our findings of the topic and the methodology, the discussion, and finally the conclusion. Now, I'll pass the mic to my fellow interviewers.
Hey, thanks to Tom for passing the mic to us. My name is Patrick Chong from Mechanical Engineering.
I'm Zizian, also from Mechanical Engineering.
Today we're at Taylor's University to gather some information about our research study regarding about the Palestinian genocide situation, where we will be conducting a series of interviews among different students in Taylor's University.
And we'll be asking what they think about the Palestinian genocide. So without further ado, let's dive in. Hi, may I know what's your name and what course you're studying right now?
I am William and I'm taking architecture.
And my name is Marcus and I study Bachelor's of Mechanical Engineering.
I'm Jonah.
And which course are you from?
I'm from Electrical and Electronic Engineering.
The first question is, on a scale of 0 to 10, how well do you know about the Palestine situation?
I would say maybe a 4 or 5 because I've only seen the sources on the headlines, the very trending ones.
Okay, just on news, on social media.
I don't really delve into the stories.
I would say like half, so I'll give a 5.
I'd say it's about 7 or 6, more towards 6.
So on the second question is, how do you think Palestine genocide will affect the younger generation?
Okay, I think the younger generation who are currently part of the genocide, I think they would have problems in terms of education, as they wouldn't have proper schools because the schools might be destroyed. At the same time, they wouldn't get proper healthcare, as maybe the clinics and the hospitals have been destroyed. So I think it really affects them a lot.
And it also affects like their childhood, right? In terms of how they basically mature as a child.
Yep.
Okay.
In my opinion about how it will affect the Palestinians, obviously there's a lot of death and loss there. So for the younger generation of Palestine, there's going to be a significant loss of life. And also for the Israeli side, it seems to be like there's a lot of hate against Palestinians going on from the younger generation as well. So I think that this genocide will create a lot of tension from both sides towards each other. Uneasiness against each other, maybe leading to future generations also having the same hatred towards each other without necessarily having the same reason maybe in the future.
Okay. Moving on to question 3. Do you believe that raising awareness about the Israeli-Palestine conflict is important?
Yes, because it would cause like more of the international countries to help out the Palestinian conflict so they can end the genocide.
Obviously, because in our modern world where there is barely any, it's idealized that there's no fighting or no violence. A conflict this big, especially classified as a genocide, is a really big issue. And I think that people should at least know a little bit about what's happening across the world.
Then on the last question, which is, what role do you think the international community should play in addressing the situation in Palestine?
I think they should provide aid to the areas which are affected. And then I think they should also get the other countries to support them in stopping this genocide.
I believe they should have more actions on trying to make sure that the conflict stops, because right now, from what I'm aware of, they're mainly just like voting on the World Conference on whether or not we should stop or not. No action has been taken so far, so I believe more action needs to be taken instead of discussing.
Alright, thank you for your time.
Hi there, my name is Amelia. I'm from Bachelor of Arts, Interior Architecture, and I'll be summarizing the methodology and findings of this research. In this part of the video, we have summarized our research using these methodology and have concluded the respondents' answer into our findings and discussion on how this Palestinian genocide have impacted the younger generations, as well as what action should be taken to see such issue. In order to conduct our research comprehensively, we have chosen two types of methods to extract information of university students' opinions on the crisis in Palestine, namely through surveys and interviews. In our survey, we have accumulated 83 responses ranging between ages 15 to 54, with most respondents' age lying between 20 to 23 years old. There is a diverse range of races among respondents such as Iban, German, Indian, Malay, Chinese, and many more. Moreover, 59.7% of respondents were female and 40.3% were male. There are 88.7% of respondents on the survey who responded with a yes, and the remaining responded with a no. Similarly, interviewees also reflected the same level of understanding through their ratings. Hence, many respondents were aware of the situation in Palestine through the news or social media. Through this, we can conclude that most respondents believe raising awareness would call nations to provide and address the conflict more wholeheartedly. They elaborated that raising awareness can prevent future wars, with most stating that doing so, they could potentially lead to more humanitarian aid sent to the affected regions, providing relief by alleviating humanitarian crisis. They could also lead to more effective action and peacekeeping measures from the international community. Based on the responses from the audience, we have gotten a large number of agreements that the ongoing Palestinian conflict has deeply impacted on the younger generations in multiple ways. Here are 4 impacts on the younger generations we would like to discuss on. Number 1. Trauma. Children will have to experience broken families, orphanages, as well as violence in their childhood at young age. This could cause negative effects on their mental health. Number 2. Death. The death of family and friends could cause loss of support system to progress in their lives, especially in babies and toddlers. Number 3. Health. These wars have caused injuries not only onto their external body, but also internally, especially from all the smokes and chemicals released from the bombings. This could lead to long-term health issues. Number 4. Education gaps. Destruction of schools and universities can cause students being unable to attend schools, therefore leading to a pause from progressing in their education. Combining the responses from question 3 and question 4, we have concluded some key actions and measures that should and could be taken to stop this war even better. The first action will be ceasefire, by demanding immediate ceasefire to stop conflict and damage, allowing humanitarian aid to relieve the situation in Gaza and rebuild the nation of Palestine. Secondly, peace talks. Both nations should engage in peaceful discussions to reach an agreeable situation that would benefit both parties diplomatically. On the third one, sanctions. Imposing sanctions on one or both nations to discourage violence and war, to weaken the aggressor nations and to prevent continuation of the violence. Next up, humanitarian aid. Allowing humanitarian aid to reach the injured innocent civilians. Establish proper humanitarian corridors for innocent people to get the aid they needed. And on the fifth one, a treaty. A treaty to prevent future aggression and to come up with agreeable solutions that satisfies both nations. Last but not least, removing weapons. Establish a policy to remove weapons to prevent possible war escalation. To wrap this up, Israeli-Palestinian conflict is one of the examples that have caused great damage and disruption towards the normal life of people and the world. As you can see, forcible shootings and bombings in this war is actually a proof of discrimination of the human rights to the people of Palestine. Although there are times where both nations have tried to resolve the issue by pushing it into a two-state solution, that is the possibility of a shared homeland or grappling with the demographic of a growing Palestinian population, but it has come to no avail agreement on both parties. It is truly eye-opening and heartwarming to see the people around the world urging to raise awareness towards this incident by providing as much support and help for the victims.
So we have come to the end of our video, and I hope everybody liked this video, enjoy watching it, and I actually hope that this video can actually raise awareness about the Palestinian conflict.
And please like, share and subscribe.